The internet is on fire right now, and Erika Kirk is at the center of it all. Leaked photos from an ex-boyfriend have surfaced, and what they reveal is blowing apart everything she wanted you to believe about her. For years, she presented herself as a devoted, disciplined wife, dedicated to family and unwaveringly faithful, a narrative built entirely for public consumption. But these leaks suggest a far more complex reality, prompting serious questions about her past, her relationships, and her role at TPUSA. Her recent memorial speech, widely praised for its bravery, has also come under intense scrutiny. Many observers noted that it felt less like a heartfelt farewell and more like a meticulously staged performance designed for maximum impact. Her every movement, word, and pause conveyed a sense of deliberate orchestration rather than genuine emotion. Behind that polished exterior, however, evidence is now surfacing that paints a very different story. Metadata from the leaked photos directly contradicts her public statements, including her CBS Morning interview, where she claimed she hadn't dated anyone before meeting Charlie. Those statements weren't idle reflections. They were deliberate pieces of the narrative she presented to the world. Long before her marriage, Erika's life in New York City tells a strikingly different story. In 2018, she filmed episodes for Bravo's Summer House, spending time in Manhattan bars and partying in the Hamptons with a very different crowd. Footage from the show captures her laughing, socializing, and enjoying herself in ways that don't align with the conservative, family-focused image she later projected. Those nights reveal a woman embracing independence, social freedom, and experiences that were conveniently omitted from her public persona when it no longer served her brand. Her romantic history also complicates the story she carefully sold to the public. Before Charlie, she dated at least 2 men publicly, including professional baseball player Tyler J.T. Massey. Their relationship was significant enough that fans speculated they may have been engaged at one point. After Charlie's death, photos from what appeared to be an engagement-style photo shoot with Tyler resurfaced online, reigniting conversations and casting serious doubt on the story Erika had curated for years. These glimpses show a life filled with connection, romance, and social engagement. Details completely absent from the version she later presented. Perhaps the most revealing piece of the puzzle comes from a Trump rally in Arizona back in 2015. Footage from the event shows Erika standing near a man with a young girl positioned between them, sparking intense speculation that the child could be hers and Tyler Massey's. In the same frame, Tyler Bohr appears in the bleachers, the very individual who would later introduce Erika to Charlie and who now holds a prominent position at TPUSA. That single frame connects multiple chapters of her life, revealing overlapping relationships and networks that were clearly never meant to be visible to the public eye. By 2017, Tyler Bohr had stepped into the COO role at TPUSA, and shortly after, he orchestrated what was officially billed as a professional interview between Erika and Charlie. Somehow, that supposed interview quickly transformed into their first date, but the real story doesn't start there. Before Tyler's introduction, Erika wasn't single or searching for anyone new. At that time, she was actively dating Cabot Phillips, a fact that resurfaced timelines and evidence make absolutely impossible to ignore. And Cabot wasn't just some peripheral figure in her life. Around the same time, Charlie was publicly clashing with Ben Shapiro over alleged political pressure and donor influence, while Cabot worked directly under Shapiro as a senior editor at the Daily Wire, deeply entangled in the very circles Charlie openly criticized. The overlap raises serious questions about timing and optics. An old tweet from Cabot surfaced, showing Erika and him on a painting date in September 2017, confirming their closeness at the exact moment when her public story painted a completely different picture. One Instagram caption from that period read, "Yes, we're that couple that gets painting lessons together." A casual line on the surface, but it confirmed what everyone was starting to suspect. Erika's actual life was anything but the quiet, self-controlled image she sold to her audience. and it only gets messier from there. Photos from that same period show Cabot and Charlie moving in the same social circles, playing basketball together, and appearing in the same spaces repeatedly. Suddenly, Erica's claim that she randomly met Charlie a year later starts to completely unravel. If she was dating Cabot while Tyler Bohr was simultaneously setting up her introduction to Charlie, the window for those alleged photos becomes crystal clear. Add to that the fact that the images only resurfaced after Charlie's death, and the timing feels far from accidental. At this stage, the photographs themselves have become almost irrelevant. Whether they ever see the light of day or remain locked away somewhere private no longer matters. The damage is already done. The simple possibility that such images exist, images that would contradict everything Erica presented to the world, has been enough to unravel years of careful image building. In the political arena, reputation is everything. And once cracks appear, they don't need confirmation to spread. Doubt alone carries more than enough weight to bring someone down. As her story began to fall apart, the focus quietly shifted. People stopped asking what Erica did and started wondering who else was involved in shaping the version of her the public came to know. Who stood to gain from that polished public image? One name kept appearing at every critical turn: Cabot Phillips. To understand why that name matters so much, you have to understand his background. Cabot's political connections run extremely deep. His father, Tim Phillips, was a major force in Republican circles, wielding significant influence as the longtime head of Americans for Prosperity. In 2021, he exited that role abruptly under the vague label of personal impropriety, a move that spoke volumes without offering a single word of explanation. The carefully worded statement and ensuing silence only confirmed how tightly power and discretion ran through the family. That secrecy is exactly what people keep coming back to. Because when the public record goes quiet, speculation inevitably fills the gap. Online forums began revisiting old rumors, including claims from individuals who said they were familiar with the Phillips family and alleged involvement in a highly insular, church-centered environment in rural Virginia. Alone, those claims might be easy to dismiss. But they gained significant traction when people noticed that Cabot's brother was publicly listed on Cornerstone Chapel's website as an assistant pastor overseeing middle school youth programs. That discovery didn't prove anything concrete, but it added yet another troubling layer to an already complicated family profile that many felt had never been properly examined. Then came the detail that pushed this entire story firmly into conspiracy-adjacent territory: the tattoo. It's a small detail, but it sparked massive speculation. On its own, a pizza tattoo means absolutely nothing, but context is everything. Charlie had openly discussed his belief that pizza was used as coded language by powerful people to disguise darker behavior. That belief was a core part of his worldview, something he talked about publicly and often. So when people noticed Cabot had a pizza tattoo and then traced his proximity to Charlie, Erica, and influential political circles, the symbolism took on a life of its own online. Suddenly, people weren't just asking why Cabot introduced Erica to Charlie. They were asking whether that introduction came with leverage attached. Because if you accept the timeline as it's been pieced together online, the implications get unsettling fast. The photos stayed completely hidden through Erica's early rise and her entire relationship with Charlie, only emerging once she stepped into power, visibility, and intense scrutiny all at once. That timing simply doesn't sit right with a lot of observers who have been following closely. And while Erica's reputation is taking hit after hit online, Cabot has been moving forward like none of this even touches him. He's out there launching a TPUSA tour branded around leadership and legacy, invoking Charlie's name as if proximity alone grants credibility. The optics are deeply strange and hard to ignore. Erica is being publicly dismantled, while someone who was deeply intertwined with her past and instrumental in key introductions is stepping confidently into the spotlight without addressing any of it. The same people connected to Erica's rise are now advancing while she falls. The landscape is realigning, and she's clearly no longer in control. Allegedly, TPUSA internal memos have started circulating with words like emergency meeting and leadership restructuring. The CEO role Erica stepped into before Charlie's passing could very well be on the line, and it's looking like no amount of spin can save it now. Every major turning point in Erica's story, her rise and now her dramatic, very public fall, features the same overlapping figures, the same introductions, the same networks, the same carefully managed silences. It feels less like chaos and more like choreography. Was Erica exposed because the truth finally caught up with her? Or because someone decided it was time to pull the leverage they'd been holding all along? That's the question no one seems eager to answer. And in political media, silence is never neutral. It's strategic. The longer these questions go unanswered, the more speculation grows. Whether this story ends with accountability or quietly fades into background noise remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. The narrative Erica Kirk spent years building has crumbled, and the people who helped construct it are watching very carefully to see what happens next.